everybody? What's up, everybody? Let's talk about it. It's April Dawn. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about everybody. It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. This is Power Book 2, Season 1, Episode 7. So, it was a little bit better this week. We got a little bit forward plot movement, and I just realized that this whole season is going to be about world building. There's nothing majorly important that's going to happen this season other than maybe Tasha getting out of jail. Other than that, they're just building the whole world. But I don't see why you would waste the whole season doing this, because I don't know if we watching this on next season, okay? So, I took minimal notes. We're just going to do a review, and we're going to talk about some things, not every single thing. I don't want to waste any time, so let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so let's talk about Tyree, Riley, and Brayden this episode. So early in the episode, we see that Tyree walks in on Brayden and Riley having sex with each other. It's sex week at the school. Apparently, this is the week where you learn all about your body parts, like they don't know when they're in college, but whatever. He called them two chicken cutlets, which blessed my spirit, okay? I laughed. I don't know about y'all. He makes an excuse up to Brayden, trying to get him to stop Riley from coming to the room, saying that, you got kidnapped just for being up in here. You don't want that to happen to Riley. So Brayden is like, okay, fine. You know what I'm saying? I'll stop her from coming over here. So he complains about him not being, them not being able to deliver the product or whatever. The app is getting overloaded, but that's because they don't have product. It's not because Brayden is not doing his job or whatever. So later on in the episode, we see that Brayden's brother, whatever his name is, he stops by the room, and Tyree was like, last time you came up in here, you took something that wasn't yours and you still owe me money. And he's like, listen,
I don't know what type of hood nigga tree is going on up here.
I don't know what you're talking about. They go back and forth for a minute, but then he brings up, well, I don't know what type of threesome stuff y'all got up in here is nasty. I saw you up in my room with the girl, with Riley, and it was gross. And Tyreek is like, I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't in no room with Riley. He was like, yes, you was. I changed my seat because I didn't know what kind of nasty stuff was going on up in my room. And later on, he randomly sees Riley, just walking across the street in big-ass New York City, but whatever. He randomly sees her walking across the street. He follows her all the way down to the courtroom, and this is when we get the realization that this is Sax's niece. He's coming to defend her for a weed charge she has. So he's in the back of the court. Nobody saw him go through the court. Nobody recognized him. Nobody knows nothing about this child who was about to be the lieutenant governor's son, but okay, whatever. So now he knows that she the ops. So he goes back to Brayden, and instead of telling Brayden the truth, he tells him that the girl hit on him. He elaborates, he embellishes the story. Like, she hit on him, I had to get her off of me, and X, Y, and Z. Now, Brayden doesn't believe him. Immediately, he is like, I can't believe you would say that. I can't believe you would do that. I thought we were friends, and all that stuff. So he runs out and he runs into his brother, which is trying to talk to him about this whole situation. And then he's like, well, I know my roommate is trash. He just tried to say that my girlfriend hit on him. And he was like, well, I ain't trying to defend him or nothing, but, I did see that's what happened, that night. And so he runs back to Tyreek and he apologizes to him. Well, no, he runs back to Riley. And when he gets to the room, he asks Riley, hey, what happened with you in that room in Tyreek or whatever? You can just tell me now. She's like, no, I would never try to sleep with Tyreek. Your brother is the one who actually hit on me. And that's true. But he's like, okay, well, if that's true, then tell me what happened in the room. Now, she can't say nothing because she the ops, right? So she can't tell the whole truth. And so he throw that line back at her that she threw at him earlier in the episode. He collects his things and he lets her know that they don't go together no more. He goes back to the room and, him and Tyree quickly make up and watch Lethal Weapon. This week, we got Monet. She got a drop going on, and we got Kane. So at the beginning of the episode, Kane robbed a church. I said, boy, if you rob the house of the Lord, I don't care what religion you is. If you don't believe in God, you do not rob no church, baby. Them people is giving their money to do the good work of the Lord, and you out here robbing the church house, child. So he robbed the man at the church. As they're trying to leave, one of the guys got away, and the guy tries to shoot him. He ducks, and he actually shoots another guy in the crew, and they have to run out. Not to mention, the guy saw the tattoo on Kane's hand. I think that says Kane, if I'm not mistaken. And so he's going to be able to identify the killers or whatever. So later on, we see he gets picked up for this. And he calls Ramirez to get him out of trouble. Now, what I didn't know is, I don't know nobody's phone number but my mama number. Okay, so how did he just know Ramirez's number to call him at the police station? Just dial his number? Like, I have no idea. That made absolutely no sense to me. But you know how the writing go on this show. He tells Ramirez that, hey, Monet is trying to edge us out of the business. You know, she already, you know, edging everybody out so she can sell this stuff with Tyree. So who you think gonna be next? So now in between time, in the meantime, Monet, like I said, she got a re-up coming up. This is why Tyree and them don't have no drugs, because they out. So they doing a re-up, and they usually do this with Kane. And so Diana goes to find Kane and tells him, listen, you know, if you want to show your loyalty to your mama, this is how you can do it. You know, show up, show her that she needs you, because she got to go do the drop by herself, and it's dangerous. Now, if they supposed to be this big family that's supposed to be over half of New York, first of all, how they don't know Ghost, okay? Wouldn't you, I mean, I know somebody, they in Manhattan, right? Both of them in Manhattan, if I'm not mistaken, unless they in another borough. Somebody please let me know. But if they both in Manhattan, then I'm trying to figure out how y'all don't know each other. Okay, and why you don't have people to do this for you, Monet? You should have a whole crew. Your husband got the police guards. He can do whatever he wants. He can talk on the phone. He can beat people up. I mean, I'm trying to figure out why you got to go do this by yourself. But Kane said he going to show up. Because he wants that approval from his mama. He don't want to be on the outskirts or whatever. So he said he gonna show up. As he's going to show up for the drop, he gets pulled over, and that's when he goes to jail. So he's not there for the drop or whatever. And they calling him. And like I said, he ain't answering the phone. So Diana calls Tyree, because Tyree hit her up about, okay, when is the drugs gonna be here? Because we need some drugs. And so she tells him to come. Now, when they do the drop, Monet and the guy, they kind of get into it because she needs half the amount of cocaine or something that she usually gets. She needs half the amount of that. And he's like, well, you can get half the amount, but I need all my money, okay? He pulls out a box cutter on her, and they go to fighting. And Tyree comes up the stairs right at the right time to distract the guy long enough for Monet to pull her gun and shoot him. So then Drew and Tyree take the body out, and they make it look like a mugging. And as they shoot, we can see the blood splash on Tyree's face. He got blood on his clothes. Like, he's 100% in on this. Now, my stressing point, while I was stressed out, and I felt like, didn't Tasha tell you, why would you carry that evidence all the way back to the school with the shirt on? Like, I would take the shirt. It looked like he had another shirt on underneath. So why wouldn't you take that shirt off, burn it right there, you know, go back to the hole underneath the bar and burn it down there and be done with it? But you went all the way back to school. Okay, so that was it with that. Later on, like I said, when Ramirez comes back to the house with Kane, we can see that Kane is visibly upset that Tyree told Monet, and Monet was like, I got it, I don't need you for nothing, I'm cool. This visibly upsets Kane, because y'all know he like a damn baby. And so, you know, it's just going to further separate them. Down to the school, we got Jabari, we got Carrie, when they're weirdo asses. Both of them are weirdos, and I'm just tired of this whole storyline. It makes me want to throw up, okay? Lauren and you know, everybody else out at school. So we found out that Tyreek or Lauren did not get in the semifinalists for the fellowship, and we know this is going to help him get out of school in 3 years so that he can get the money for his father. So Tyreek is upset about this whole situation, and Carrie goes to talk to him after class to kind of reassure him that, you know, whatever she's trying to reassure him of. Now Jabari had the nerve to see this, and child, he's sitting up there jealous. I said, boy, this nigga is a weirdo. Okay, I cannot. So later on, we see that she's still screwing Ezekiel, child, all up in the house, child. She riding that thing. That's why she ain't worried about Jabari no more, because she got Zeke to come through and knock that, you know, knock her head between the wash and the dry. You feel what I'm trying to say? Blow that back out. You know what I'm saying? And knock the dust off that thing. You see what I'm trying to say? So Ezekiel talking about he want her to meet his auntie. Ezekiel, if you don't go lay your sprung tail down somewhere off this old cooch, Carrie ain't trying to meet your damn family. She said, I don't think we should do that. I think you should probably just go ahead to the party tonight. It's a cute party, you know, some type of weird freaky party they be having at the end of sex week. So he said he ain't worried about that party, you know what I'm saying? He ain't worried about them random hoes. He got a real woman, okay? So Zeke is sprung, and I feel like that's going to be a problem later on. He gets up to go take a shower at the house, and Jabari shows up at her house because Jabari, like I said, he was all in her business when she was talking to Tyreek, and he asked her about this in her office, and she told him, you know, basically mind your business. And he said, well, I want to help you whatever she's trying to do. And she gave him an assignment. Like, I guess he thought that she was going to invite him to the house, or they was going to have, you know, what they always do, talk, fuss, and fight, and then have sex. She was like, I need you to put this on my desk or whatever in the morning. He was like, oh, okay, like, I thought we was going to do something or whatever. That shit wasn't happening. So when he shows up at her house, Ezekiel is taking a shower. Now, he tries to get himself in the house, talking about, I went to our old lunch spot, and I, you know, saw the man he asked about you and woo. Like, I don't know, he was on some future toxic shit, you know what I'm saying, trying to get up in the house. And she was like, nah, fam, I told you, we talking about work only. We ain't talking about nothing else. I don't know what you doing. You know what I'm saying? Why are you over here? And so he looks and he sees the kind of rappers. He looks, he sees the book, he sees basketball on TV. So he automatically assumes that she's sleeping with Tyree, which is completely wrong. He gets very upset, honey, and goes downstairs and start raging in his car. Punch in the air. And then he grabs the cards for the assignment that she assigned the kids, which is they're going to write some secrets on the paper. They all put it in an envelope, and you got to use the 48 laws of power to try to find out other people's secrets, okay? So he scratches off what he was going to write, and he goes to writing something else. So later on, he gets Tyreek to come into the office, and he all in Tyreek business, like what you was doing, where you was doing. And Tyreek's like, nigga, why are you inviting me up in here to talk? What are you talking about? So he says, well, I want to give you another chance to get the fellowship. And so I need for you to write a paper. If you can write this paper for me about, you know, power in respect to relationships. He's probing because he thinks that she's sleeping with Carrie. And also he plagiarized his damn work. So he want to use this boy to write a book. What I don't understand about Jabari is you got all these degrees, sir, but you think you're going to plagiarize this boy words and ain't nobody going to see it? Because apparently your first book was a hit, sir. So if you're thinking you're going to get another hit off of somebody else's words and nobody's going to read this and say, you know what? I know who wrote this. This sounds like something. Like, sir, what? That don't make no sense. So he doing two things. He trying to get in his business and he trying to use his words to plagiarize some more. So, he goes back to Carrie later on and he tells Carrie that Tyreek is now, you know, his student now and she needs to back off and she needs to stop what she's doing. And on the paper, because Lauren comes in for the assignment and gives her, you know, the thing because she finds this out from Tyreek. We'll get back to that. He tells him, listen, I saw you put on this paper that a professor is sleeping with a student, or you must be talking about the fact that you're sleeping with your TA. And he was like, huh? What? Yeah, you forgot you were sleeping with your students too, sir. You forgot about that, sir. Well, she's a grown woman. It don't matter if she's your student, and you ain't supposed to do that because the power dynamic, right? So, unless you want me to tell, I'm gonna need you to. Okay, that's what I need you to do. Okay, goodbye, peace and blessings. All right, I'm gonna rewind a little bit because how she got the paper was after Tyreek and Drew got rid of that body, he goes home. Well, before that, when he was in the basement with Diana, they did end up kissing. He tells her that there wasn't Lauren in his room last week. That was Riley. He was trying to protect her, which he was, but he needs to stop playing with these two girls. This is going to be a problem for him later on down the line. So they kiss. And so after he leaves, he got blood on his shirt. He goes back to the room. He has to play it off with Lauren, who's looking real cute in her lingerie. Okay, she want to go to the party with him, and they go to kissing, and he wants to be with her, but he got blood on his shirt, so he got to push her off. He tells her, oh, you just want me to jump? Now you want me to say jump? You know, you want me to jump because you broke up with your boyfriend, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you was acting funny when he came to the room. You be acting like a whole different person, and, you know, he kind of pushes her off, and so she gets mad, and she leaves, which was the point, and he takes off his shirt and have blood. This is likening him back to Ghost, and how Ghost used to have to push off Angela all the time. How he used to have to lie to people, you know, about things. And another example of him lying is when he lied to Brayden, or when he embellished the story about Roddy, because he didn't tell Roddy that Sax is her uncle, because then he would have to explain that Sax is part of the feds. And I'm pretty sure after you tell a white boy that the feds is involved with you, they looking at you, they watching you, he not gonna want to be involved in this shit. And it's not no little local drug dealer, we're gonna make some money type stuff no more, right? So I understood why he didn't tell Brayden at that moment, okay? I feel like once Brayden find out, he's gonna be mad. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, I like Brayden. I feel like he gonna be down for him, like Tommy. So I feel like he could tell him, but I understand why he don't want to tell him right now. So Lauren is the one who brings the note back to Carrie. Like I said, she found out the secret after Tyreek plays it off, because he tells her that's what you came in here for. You were just trying to get the secret or whatever, and she left. So she's the one that tells Carrie, you know, so forth and so on, right? So then we have Sax, we have McLean, we got the whole court thing going on. So this week they put Pies on the stand. So we already know Stephen Ott has got the evil eye. He watching him. We already know that they working together. And they call Pies up there. And so although Sax wants to go with the plan, Stephen Ott got the hawk eye on him, so he has to do something. And I really like this scene, actually, because it's nice to see Sax be a lawyer, even though I don't like what he doing to Tasha. I like to see the fact that he is a good lawyer. I mean, you know, even though, like, child, he get on everybody's nerves and he's like a hapless villain at this point, he is good at what he does. He questions Paz about how did she know that Tommy killed Angela? How do you know that they was getting along? Could Tasha have been lying to you because she had been pulling the strings this whole time, you know? And she's like, yes, just she could have. And so the whole case about to fall apart, right? Tasha tripping. McLean like, don't you worry about this. I got it. He goes up there and he gets with Paz about the money that she got from James St. Patrick's estate, and you could be paid to change your story and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, he kind of puts it back in her favor. He realigns things back for Tasha. But that just go to show you the damage that could be done by Sax. So he confronts Sax after the fact, and he's like, listen, nigga, you told me we was on a plan together. He's like, I am, but you know, dude was watching me. I had to do something, but don't worry about it. I got a witness that's gonna tear it up, and they talking about Epiphany. Now, as far as I know, Epiphany haven't been arrested, so if I was Epiphany, I'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't seen them people. I don't know them people. I don't know her. Huh? Who? Baby? What? I'd be blind, deaf, and dumb, because Epiphany ain't been pulled in for anything or been arrested for selling dope or whatever. So how do you even know who Epiphany is, child? That threw me off. And then we see a scene at the end with Tasha and Paz. Basically, Paz is saying to her, it might be time for you to let this go. You know, I made a choice. I made a choice to let it go and walk away. And maybe, you know, you need to walk away and let it go too. But we know that Tasha's not going to do that because that's her son. So that's basically the ins and outs of what happened on this episode. I mean, it was a lot more, you know, intricate things happening. But for the most part, we got all our position, all our players in place at this point. We see that Kane is drifting away from the family. We see that Monet is kind of losing control over her kids. Lord have mercy. Like I said, Monet just wake up angry. The bitch be angry just all the time. God damn, girl, you angry every single day, all the time. We see that Diana is stupid as hell. Why they writing her character so stupid, y'all? And so thirsty and just so sprung off a Negro who ain't bought you to the corner store, girl. And you just, is that Lauren? Is that Lauren? Every time you answer the phone, like, girl, if I was Lauren is that big. Her name is in your mouth at all times, okay? So, yeah, that whole thing. The Paz, I could have did without seeing Paz. I'm not gonna lie, she got on my damn nerves on that show. So I really could have done without seeing Paz. I don't know why we getting a parade of all these old ass characters, y'all. The Holly, Tommy, Ghost storyline is about to be played out with Brazier, Tyree, and Riley. We got the Tasha, you know, Angela. It's the same storylines, y'all. It's the same. It's the same storylines, okay? The best thing about this show is Monet's outfits. Monet's outfits. And I just want to say, y'all remember when 50 Cent talked about Empire so much and the gay stuff that was going on in Empire? Now, I ain't got no problem with, y'all know, I ain't got no problem with it. I'm interested by it. But he talked about it so much. Now, look at you now. You got a whole gay storyline on your show. Niggas is having sex and everything. And you had so much to say about the gays on Empire. Now look at you. Just wanted to throw that in. That just popped in my head, y'all. So yeah, what do y'all think about this episode? Like I said, Lorenzo is fine. We got to see him again too. That's bad. Oh, Monet did talk to him and tell him that he went too far with Kane, and I agree, because she knows her son. She knows that Kane is sensitive. You know what I'm saying? He's sensitive. You can't just be beating a nigga up and then you beat him up and then you cussing him out all the time. You're alienating him. They're alienating him. That's what's happening. And so, I don't know. Is that Lorenzo's son? I know it's not a complexion thing, because we know some kind of way. We know that Diana is his son, and we know that Drew is his son. So, is Kane his son, or was he just a father figure to Kane from a very young age? I'm inclined to say that it's his son, because they haven't given us any reason to think that he's not his son. But I see in the comments that some people think that that's not his son. So what do y'all think? I don't think it makes a difference either way. I think that, you know, he's going to be just as alienated if he was his son or if he wasn't his son, in my personal opinion. So, but I want to hear what y'all thought about this episode. Don't forget to like, Comment, subscribe. If you want to follow me on social media, you can at Watch Dawn of A. I'm trying to be more active on social media, y'all. I'm working on it. Just pray for me, okay? So follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Twitter. On Twitter, I tweet a lot about politics. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I be on there laughing at white people's tears. It just brings me joy, especially since this election, child, it's been a mess, okay? So y'all have a blessed one. I'm gonna go lay down with my jammy jams on and chill out and watch some TV. And I'll holler at y'all next week. Peace.